Welcome back to post time and happy Halloween week. Recently, I met up with Andy Markano. He's the president of the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association, and we chatted about one of the best kept secrets of the DSOA, and also something big that's happening that horsemen and women will want to participate in. Oh, and by the way, in the spirit of Halloween, you'll see that I'm wearing the attire in this interview of one of my favorite harness racing superheroes, my stepdad, Jim King Jr.'s colors. Okay, let's roll that tape with Andy. Joining me now is Andy Markano, the president of the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association. I'm having Andy on the show because I think a lot of people need to be briefed on the DSOA every once in a while. You know, we're a nonprofit group that not only acts as a liaison between the horsemen and the tracks, we put on a heck of a banquet. The DSOA also produces post time, but I think one of the things the DSOA does that could be the most important thing is, you know, going to Legislative Hall and just working all the time for the horsemen. And that seems to be something that's overlooked, right?
I think so. Most people, I don't think, appreciate the amount of time we spend down at Legislative Hall, keeping our legislative profile up, maintaining relationships with senators and representatives, and it's critical to our survival.
I know that Delaware, of course, is a small state, and we're very blessed that it is, you know, the small wonder, because a lot of our legislators do have some kind of ties through history to harness racing, but we have to keep those ties. We have to keep the relationship going, especially as the younger generations of representatives and senators come along. We want to remind them how important harness racing is. So we have a great lobbyist, right?
Rebecca and Liz are our lobbyists, and they do a great job.
So there is an equine survey coming up, I believe, and this is really, really important for horsemen and women to get back because, you know, the legislators are going to be looking at this.
Absolutely. There's several reasons it's important. First of all, it's been 10 years since the last one was done, so we need to update the numbers and refresh everybody's minds. There's been a big turnover in the legislature in 10 years, so we've got to familiarize the new ones and remind the ones that have been there the whole time the importance of the racing industry to the Delaware economy. But probably more importantly, there's a task force, if you will, to suggest ways or issue a report to the legislature on ways to help the casino industry. Now, on the surface, that seems great. They're going to help the casino industry. They're going to help us because we're married to them. That's true in one sense. However, one of the areas they're going to be looking at is the division of gaming revenue. The gaming revenue that we receive is the overwhelming majority of the purse money we race for. We don't obviously want to see that diminish. We don't want to see our percentage lowered. It's very important that people fill this survey out, send it back so the people making these decisions have an appreciation for how important this industry is.
Yeah, I know I've mentioned it on the show before. Next to the chicken industry, okay, the horse industry in Delaware is the second biggest agricultural industry there is, and the trickle-down effect is unbelievable when you think about it.
That's another seems to be well-kept secret. Agriculture, which most people don't realize, is the number one industry in this state. Within agriculture, we're number two behind poultry, the equine industry. It's a significant contribution to Delaware's economy. This survey will show that. So it's critical that people take the time to fill it out. If they have any questions, or feel free to contact any one of us or the office. We'll tell them, you know, if they have any questions and help guide them through the process.
So get the surveys filled out because we have to make sure that the legislators know how important the harness industry is, how many people are in it, how it's affecting the economy, and they can continue to make the decisions based on that, knowing how important it is. Well, we are going to reveal something. Stand right there. Robert, you want to? Okay, this just shows I'm either extra short or Andy is extra tall, or maybe a little of both, right? So that's our little behind the scenes on post time. But thank you, Andy, for being on the show and reminding everybody to get those surveys done.
My pleasure. Thank you.